Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Let's see if I can. Let's see here. Hopefully.
They'll pop up.
Yeah. So we're going to go live. We're going to start doing our podcast here in a second.
Yeah. Oh, nope. Not what I wanted to do. There.
Yeah. Hopefully
There
people
we
will
go.
jump on here. You
Move
can
the microphone.
listen to our
Is my microphone reading for you, John? See if you can hear it.
talk.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Yes, it is barely.
Hello? Hello?
Try now.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Hello? Hello?
That's a little bit better.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, but I cannot hear myself at all in the headphones.
This is the.
Hello? 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 Ah, there I am.
Is that better?
Yes, much better. I can hear you better now, too.
Good deal. Good deal. No. You guys get to see all the behind the scenes of getting this ready.
Yes.
Yeah. Come on, Peter. We're live.
Yes. Yeah.
You're probably at work because we're recording on a Tuesday afternoon. You ready?
Yeah, let's do this thing, Punky Brewster.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
It's John.
And Gavin.
Well, let's open it.
Yes.
Podcast episode 15.
Yes.
15.
15.
So, yeah. Before we get everything, I want to thank our founder level sponsor of our Patreon, Kingdom Cards and Games, here in Kokomo, Indiana.
Yeah, shout out to the Kingdom Cards and Games. Go visit them for all of your card and board game and role-playing game needs.
Yes, and then also, if you're listening to this, make sure you guys hit the follow button or like button or whatever kind of thing you're listening onto this platform, so we can get the analytics.
Yes,
And then also, if you like our podcast and you haven't checked out our channel, you can go to YouTube and type in "Let's Open It" and check us out there.
TikTok
or TikTok, which we haven't posted in a little bit. And then you can go subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, we also have a Patreon, and where you can become a Ginger Brute.
Yes, join the Ginger Brute Army.
And it's $1 a month, and you support the channel, and that would be great because we do things like Free Card Friday. If you guys didn't know, we give away free Magic cards on Fridays. We open up a pack of collector boosters, and first come, first serve, and the card's yours. So yeah, cool. So that's all the things to get into, or get out of the way, I should say.
Yes. Yeah. So first things first, we're going to start we're going to start the show like we do every week with talking about the TCG realm.
Yes. So the completed bundles just came out with Phyrexia All-Be-One.
Yeah, the oil slicks.
Oil slicks. You can only get them in that thing, which is dumb, I think.
Yes and no. I don't know.
I think you should have been. I don't like how Magic. It's like you can get certain product out of this and this. It's like everything should just be able to be gotten out of a draft pack.
Yeah.
Like, yes, put the hit rates lower, but like
I do sort of miss that. Or like if you really wanted to do it, the draft and set boosters.
Yeah.
The collector boosters they're just so expensive.
Yeah.
Especially with everything else being expensive.
Yes. And then paying the collector booster price, and you can't get all the product of that set.
Right.
Is kind of just, I think it's just ridiculous.
Well, and then like to me it hit its peak in Brothers War, right? Like of just craziness because you had, or I guess kind of Brothers War. So these three sets, the like kind of Phyrexia arc that they're on, like you had the Lost Legends with Dominaria United.
Hold on.
Is it not?
Okay, I think it's. I don't think it's recording. Let me make sure here.
Yeah.
All right,
okay, we might have to start this over. Bing bong. You know, just gotta fill some airtime while John figures out if this is working or not. Because it's just us two chilling up here in Studio One. But yeah, I mean, kind of as I was saying, I guess, and I can, I don't know, go back over this if it's not going. Oh no, it was going. It just, the signature reading is super low on it, huh?
Why isn't it coming through the speakers?
It's playing on the headphones. Can you not hear it on the headphones?
Yeah, I can, but I think. Oh, but why is it so low?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Killed it.
Rutledge comes in here and messes with things.
Let's see. Oh, jeez. Fuck, now that's loud.
Check.
Yeah,
check.
yeah, that's really fucking loud now.
So that's why it was. Let's open it. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's way better.
Okay.
Take two, everybody. Take two. Oh, man. We pretend like we know what we're doing.
All right, now he's at the.
See, if you listen to this, you who are watching on YouTube, if you watch this or listen to this, you won't see any of that. You'll just get the thing, and we're going to start over, and it'll be great. Ooh, yeah, you get that Let's Open It theme song.
Yep, that's better. What's up, everybody? It's John.
And Gavin.
We're Let's Open It's podcast episode 15.
Oh, hook me up with the alien voice. 15.
Oh,
Oh, I
you
forgot it
don't
only
get it.
does it on
It
yours.
only does it on mine.
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it. We tried messing with it and it doesn't work. But let's start off by thanking our founder level patron on Patreon, the Kingdom Cards of Game.
Yes, join them and see them, visit them for all of your card, board game, tabletop role-playing game needs. And you could also join them and become a Ginger Brute.
Yes, become a Ginger Brute and support the channel for $1 a month. Just go to our Patreon. Just type in Let's Open It, and that should get you there. And then if you haven't watched any of our videos, go to our YouTube, subscribe there, because we give away free magic cards. Free cards. And then I'm going to start giving out promos on our Patreon. So you can only get free promos, like 30th anniversary promos. Basically the promos that we win.
Yeah.
That from playing Commander.
At
We
the
will start giving away those for free as well. I think to help generate some Patreon traffic.
Yeah.
I think so. Good. So let's get into episode 15. This is take 2.
Yes, we had some technical glitches for those of you who are listening on the podcast. It was just a big old mess with our setup here. But we've got it fixed, and we're going to start off by talking about trading card games, as we do most shows, with the Phyrexia All-Be-One Complete bundles. So now the set is officially completed. All the product is finally released for it.
Yes. That you can only get the oil slicks out of. TCG Player on that, I think it's like 119 now.
So it's come down quite
It's
a
come
bit.
down. All those oil slick cards have tanked. Because like the completed Elish Norton was like 250.
And then we were watching it crash in real time.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like,
it might have an uptick, a little bit of an uptick, but not back to where it used to be. I don't think so.
Like, it's so funny looking at the TCG Player graphs on that stuff where it's just like, pre-sale, 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 whoa,
Yeah.
straight down, like just the Tower of Terror in Disney World.
Yeah.
Just straight down.
And we were talking before, I don't like how only certain products of Phyrexia can get you certain card types in.
Right, in terms of variants. So like Oil Slick only out of the complete bundles. And then the Step Incompletes, or what is the other one? So there's the Step Incomplete, but then
Which
there's the
is-
one with the Phyrexian symbols
Yeah,
in the foil.
yeah.
But those are the showcase.
There's
the
just
Phyrexian
so
foil.
like this set had so many variants.
Yeah, we've definitely, with Brothers War and this set, peak variants. I think Brothers War was almost, I know they're kind of similarly as bad. Because with Brothers War, you had those artifacts, and then you had the... So you had the artifacts, then you had the blueprint artifacts, then you had the serialized blueprint artifacts, and then you had the transformers, and then you had the shattered glass transformers.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you had showcase in the set still too.
But you can get out of the collector boosters. You can get all those variants.
And extended art.
Yes, but
And
in
borderless.
Phyrexia, you can't get oil slicks in
Right.
collector boosties. Only in the completed bundle.
Yes, and there's like a special pack that has all the completed.
But but as TCG, as value of Phyrexia, it's actually kind of upticked a little bit. As in, like, the value is steady.
Yeah, it's finally starting to kind of normalize.
Where, like, the other sets, like Brothers War,
Ticked. Dominaria
Remastered.
especially. Oh, Dominaria Remastered. Yeah, not even United.
like, a lot of those sets, the value, I mean, you can get a draft booster box for $80, I think, of one of those.
Oh, of like Dominaria United,
United,
or
Brothers War, and stuff like that. Where Phyrexia is kind of like this was a good set.
It is a lot higher power, I think. Than
It was a
the
good
sets.
set because the Borg took over, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a note I have here as well. We'll skip around a little bit. RIP Multiverse. What is going on with the Magic story?
Yeah,
It's just...
there was a YouTube video I was gonna watch, and it talks about how, like, what's going on, and I didn't save it, so it's gone now in my feed. But there's a little spoiler: Heliod is completed.
Right, that's going to be in
And
the next set,
the
which is whatever.
The YouTube video was like, how did they complete a god?
Yeah, I don't understand.
And I wanted to watch it because it's like, that was the question when
Well-
we first saw it. It's like, he's a god.
I kind of get it and kind of don't at the same time, just because it was possible for Xenagos, so in original Theros, there was no red-green god, and then the Planeswalker from Theros, because that was back when they had 3-set blocks that told the story. So in Theros, you have Xenagos the Reveler, the Satyr Planeswalker. Then he mucks about in Born of the Gods, and then by Journey of Nyx, he ascends to become the red-green god. And then Elspeth goes and kills him with Godsend. So he ascends to godhood and is trying to do some, schemey thing. Elspeth says, "No, you're dead. You're dead."
You're dead.
And then she dies in the process. RIP. And yeah, so it's possible for the Planeswalkers, so for like a mortal being to ascend to godhood on Theros. I think it kind of works how it does in D&D, where you just kind of have to have followers who believe in you.
Okay.
So he probably convinced like all the satyrs to worship him.
Okay. Yes.
So at one point, it's very possible that all of those Therian gods were mortal beings of some sort.
Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
I'll have to watch the video. See
Now,
if you're right.
I don't know if that is accurate in their lore, but to me, that's what it seems like could happen. And then I don't know how Klothys ascended to be the red-green god, but that was a thing when we went back to Theros.
Well, but because we talked a little bit of a spoiler,
Yeah.
let's talk about the new set coming out. There is some spoilers.
March of the Machines.
March of Madness.
I keep thinking Multiverse of Madness, Marvel.
March of the
Machines.
Machine.
March of the Machines.
A lot of people are getting completed.
Yeah. Omnom is completed now.
What was so crazy coming out in this set that we were talking about it just a couple weeks ago? Oh, no, not that set. Okay, so the March of the Madness or March of Machines, whatever. That's
Madness.
March Madness is coming out. No, what I wanted to talk about was the new Commander Master set coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They're reprinting a lot of the OP cards. Like there's a few out there. Jewel Lotus getting a reprint.
Yeah.
Getting a reprint. So all you people who have Jewel Lotuses now.
Have you looked at the extended art foil Lotus?
Mm-mm.
That one's gone way up. It's
Has it?
like almost $500.
Until the foil one, until the new one comes out.
Yeah.
So if you have them now, sell them.
Yeah, now's probably a good.
Now's a good time to sell them before the reprints come out. Because anytime they make a reprint, come on, the value takes down a little bit. Now it's not going to crash, but
well, maybe it depends on the print run, right?
yeah,
Like,
it's true.
because that's what we saw with Dominaria Remastered. Originally, everybody kind of thought that because it was going to be so good and high powered, that it was going to be super low print run.
A limited print run, but then it's like, hey, we'll print as much as you want because you're buying it.
Yep, and they were like, just open the floodgates on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of those cards are way more affordable now, like your Ramp Tutors, your E Tutors, Mystical Tutors, which is awesome. Really, really good for Commander players. So
Yeah.
hopefully, honestly, hopefully Commander Masters is the same, but it probably won't be because it has Masters in the name, whereas
Yeah, because
Remastered
the pre-sale prices on these things, a draft booster box is like over $300.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, like pre-sale pricing and no MSRP is just like making these things.
Well, but that's what normal Master sets are.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They're about $300 a box. If you go back and look at like Modern Masters 2017, 15 original.
But I'm just saying, like,
Eternal Masters
in the time of the recession that we're in.
Oh, right.
Wallet fatigue because there's products coming out all the time. It's just kind of just getting crazy. But I'm excited for the new Commander decks that are coming out for this new Master set. There's a colorless.
Yeah.
Colorless. That'll be fun.
And I've played a colorless Commander deck before. It was, I'm trying to remember the Commander.
But this is the first time WotC's selling a colorless.
Right. So it's possible to do. It's good.
I think I'm excited to, because everybody, I don't build my Commander decks. I buy them.
And then modify them.
And then modify them to make them better. Yeah, like the Forgotten Realms guy, Gallia.
Yeah, Gallia.
Like I scanned him. I scanned my whole deck in. He's like 12 cents.
Yeah.
For Commander, but then I got like $60 swords. For him in that deck.
So I started swinging.
Yeah, because I love.
Dude,
playing.
you know what? Okay, John. Here's what you need to do for your Gallia. You need to commission somebody to get an altered one that's General Grievous.
Yes.
Then you can have him holding like all the swords.
Another
lightsaber to add to my collection.
Yes.
Or your lightsaber will be a fine addition to my collection.
I should do that.
And that would be pretty cool. You could have your proxy Gallia that's just Grievous with all the magic swords.
That'd be awesome. I'll draw it up myself and it'll look
awesome.
Terrible.
It'll look amazing. But that would be sweet. That would be pretty sick. You got to do that.
Yeah, so
Rudy, I saw Rudy made a video about magic in a landfill. Or something.
I read an article.
I didn't watch it.
I saw the article. They were just throwing away magic product, and they're not the only company doing it. Funko Pop.
I saw a TikTok that was Funko Pops in the dumpster.
Filling landfills with just over product.
Well, we were at that one like discount store today. Where we live, there's like a bajillion stores that are like surplus stores from, Amazon, from Target, from all these places. Like there's a TJ Maxx, but then there's like a bunch of other ones.
No, these places purposely buy the overstock or returned items from stores, pallets, and resell them. For some reason, Kokomo has a lot of these stores now.
Yeah. And so we were at one today because we know they sell magic cards from time to time. Like I've got a sweet deal on some collecty boosties of standard sets there for like, I don't know,
half off,
$10.
Yeah,
like for a collector booster. Like I don't care if the set's kind of garbage, but
$10,
$10 for a collector booster, sign me up. So yeah, we go there from time to time, and then just like the amount of Funko Pops we saw.
Yeah,
and it's like the same one.
Yeah,
there was like 80 of this one
Star Wars
giant Funko Pop. No, it was a Marvel one.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, but there was like another one that's the AM from one of the Star Wars characters. I
Right.
don't know. They had like 100 of them.
Yeah, and we're like, why?
Yeah, why are these companies throwing away these things
Well,
when
why
there's
are they
plenty
making
of...
them in that quantity as well? Like, what kind of business?
Well,
I don't
so
know.
Funko Pop is like any other company. It's like we have a popular product. People are secondary market on some of these are very high, so
Oh,
it's like
right.
let's just produce a shit ton.
Print it into the ground.
Yeah. So, but with all these stores across the country that are buying up
Yeah, I'm
old
sure
shit,
in your medium to small sized town as well, you've got like a few of these stores.
yeah.
Like Kokomo's not.
So why are they
huge.
throwing away the stuff when they could sell it? I know
Well,
why.
but
I know why, but yeah, I get it.
oh
but,
yeah, they got to report the
But
loss.
if I was
so
working
they
in
can
that
taxes.
freaking trash dumpster place, I'd be
Scooping them up.
Yeah, I'd be like, you can fire me, but I'm collecting all this shit right now. It's mine. Not so much the Funko Pops, but the Magic cards. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean we're.
It was
hobbyists,
probably
too.
Forgotten Realm, like
Oh no, yeah, Commander
Baldur's
Legends,
Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
There's probably just a bunch of Baldur's Gate cards.
Or Magic 30th edition. Heyo.
Oh yeah, hey, but those yeah. Yeah, I would dig them out of the dumpster and sell them for $100 a pop and crash the market on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I would love to see that crash and burn.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess more so. What more so than it already has.
Yeah, but yeah, that'd be kind of awesome to do. So yeah, that's
John and I have been playing a lot of Commander recently too.
We have.
Been getting back into the swing of that. I recently added the triomes to my cube. It's so nice.
I provided most of those triomes. Not most of them, some.
We worked out a deal.
Yeah.
It's not like I just stole them.
Oh, no, yeah. But I had a bunch of triomes
Yes.
that were
Pretty
just
ones
chilling.
too.
Yeah, the nice ones.
The borderlesses. And I'm working on getting the foil shocklands from Infinity.
Yes.
To replace the shocklands that I have. I have 3 of them. I need 7 more.
I am working on getting the new sword.
Yeah, are you gonna go after the oil slick one?
I'm just trying to get the sword. Like,
For whatever reason, we can't find a copy here in Kokomo.
Yeah.
We
try to go to our local game stores first before I go.
That's where I acquired all of the triomes, was between John and both game stores. And the same with the foil shocklands I have now. I was able to track down, those here.
I'm showing cleavage on the video.
All right.
Trying to get.
All right. Our podcast listeners do not need to know that, and these people do not need to see that.
I'm trying to boost our viewership.
I don't think it works that way, buddy. I don't think it
Or
works.
decrease our viewership, depending on whatever.
Let's look at Market Watch, because I've got a trade binder going again. I sold out, as some of you know, many months ago of my trade stuff, but so recently, what is the trade binder at?
I'm up 6%.
So I scanned this in last week when I was over here.
Yeah.
It's already down 28.
I'm up
0.28%.
I'm up 6%.
Overall?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah, because a lot of them I have a box, so I have my stuff sorted. Anything under $1, obviously bulk.
Yep.
Then I do a $1 to $5 section, which that's the one that's actually performing very well right now. And then I have my anything over $5 goes in the binder, and like overall, all between the binder and the $1 to $5 stuff is up 6%, and it's mainly out of the $1 to $5 stuff. So I check it, make sure like if it goes over $5, I transfer it from that thing to the binder.
I don't know if you know this about the Dragon Shield app. It's actually really easy to move cards from a list.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so I found this out because I was able to move the triomes over. So let's say I want to put this Astral Drift in my cube. I just click plus, and then add to.
Oh, okay.
And then you can add it to another list.
Does it remove it from that list?
No, you'll have to go through
delete it,
and delete it out. But
okay,
that's still pretty easy.
That's cool. I don't know if you guys wanted to hear that or not, but whatever.
Yeah,
What's next?
Little tutorial about the Dragon Shield app because we like that one. I thought I'd regale you with some tales from my Dungeons and Dragoning.
Yes, he's doing the D&D.
So the last 2 weeks, let's see, we'll go over the last 2 sessions because I think that's about what we've played in the last month. So we went to Candlekeep, the big city in Faerun that is all about knowledge. The only way normally you can get into Candlekeep is if you give them new knowledge, a new book that they do not have in their library, which is very difficult to do because they have the biggest library in the realm.
Okay.
But my character, Heinrich Nocast, was granted...
Nocast.
Yes, it's a thing. But he's a wizard. A high elven wizard. He was granted the rank of Herald. So he is given special permission to come and go in the library as he pleases. I'm allowed to bring one person with me inside the library proper, and I can bring as many people as I want into the hold. So I had brought my adventuring party with me into the hold. I pick the NPC to go with me because we were trying to learn about spell jamming. We're like, because our characters run a city. And we're like, okay, well, we need to get with this spell jamming thing because this is technology we do not currently have, and we need to get on that. So we go, and then we find out that there's like an earthquake. And then, some of Candlekeep is getting rocked. So we're like, oh no, what are we going to do? We got to go find this earthquake. So they let us all go in and find the source of the earthquake. There's this little gnome dude who's like, yeah, I'm using science and math to make a rocket. And we're like, what are you talking about? What, a fucking rocket?
That's crazy.
That is insane. And we found like his control room that he had trapped with a rune. So I got the shit shocked out of me by that. I almost died. like I touched it, I failed to save, and I almost died. And there were 3 modes. We're like, which mode do we leave it on? And so we go back and forth on what logic we're using to like determine which of these modes does this, because there are 3 just obscure names.
Yeah.
There's like, one was Shed, Stable, and I can't remember the last one, but Shed and Stable were 2 of them. And I'm like, we should probably leave it on Shed, right? Because Shed to me sounds like park.
Yeah.
Like you got it in the shed. And so that's the one we picked to leave it on. And then so we go, we find the guy who's causing the problem, tells us about the rocket. He starts grand scheming, and he's like, which mode did you leave it on? And we're like, Shed. He's like, then he goes and runs the fuck off. We kill most of his other people. And then it just starts shaking, another earthquake, and we're like, it's time to get the fuck out of here. We messed up.
Dang.
So we leave, and then all of a sudden the tower that he was in takes off, and Nick shows us a picture, and it's like a wizard's tower with a rocket in the back end flying off. And we're like, well, we fucked up. There goes all these books that were in this tower. We had to go explain why we failed and what happened, because everybody in Candlekeep sees this fucking tower taking off. And then this other dude comes up and is like, I run the Spelljamming Academy. I need some books that you have. And I'm like, well, you let us into your academy for free, and I will copy the books for you. He's like, very good. So now we're at the Spelljamming Academy. We're cadets there, and we're going through and learning spelljamming.
Cool.
There was a very fun thing with my party. So there's this one, our last stop in our training of the Spelljamming Academy. We had to go get our starting spelljamming stuff. We had special hats and whatnot. We had to do inspection, stuff like that. But the last room was the first trial of actually commanding a spelljammer and being able to fly it. My character's a wizard, so I can do that. Other characters were not as successful because they weren't casters. But the guy who was teaching us that is like, you need to kind of get rid of some inhibitions and learn more about yourself to be better at spelljamming. So everybody got asked a question that they didn't necessarily want to answer. So my character was like, which one of your party members would you be fine sacrificing if you had to?
Oh, dang.
And I had to answer in front of the group, and I said, nah, bitch, I'm a wizard. So I text messaged my DM the answer, and I said, I cast message. And then everybody's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, no, you guys don't get to know which one of you I would sacrifice.
That's awesome.
Let's see. So yeah, that's the latest on the D&D shenaniganry, and that was it's just been a good time. Because that was my first D&D party. We've reunited, and we're, picking our same characters up where we left off.
That's cool. I want to play D&D again.
I know, we need to get a game going. But then board games.
Yes.
ISS Vanguard.
Oh, such a good game.
Let's report on our progress, because we've made some.
Yes, so we're
3 or 4 sessions deep.
into like 150 hours of this game.
Well, I think it could be way longer
Yeah.
if we actually go through and do all of the things on the pages.
Yes, I think so too. But so it takes about 4 hours each time you play this game.
Because the game is played in 2 sort of
There's
modes.
ship phase and there's actually like campaign phase.
And honestly, I like the ship stuff way better than I like the actual.
The ship stuff is fun. I love it. Like because you got. I mean, it's a gigantic ship. You got to make.
We were
decisions.
bargaining over people's lives.
Yes.
Which was funny.
Yeah. So this whole thing, this one didn't actually have a campaign. It was like the landing is way too rough. Do you want to proceed? I was wanting to kill off these characters because you get
a small benefit for having dead
some
characters.
of them, but like,
once you fill the
thing and get the extra dice, that's kind of awesome.
The extra dice is pretty good. I won't lie, but you have to kill 4 people to get to that point.
I will sacrifice 4 people. There's so many more people. Plus, I don't like my characters that I have.
I like a few of them, and then a few others I'm like could take or leave. But the important thing is we still need the different symbols for stuff.
But see, my characters have. I have 3 characters, and they all have. There's 2 of them that have the same symbols.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of diversify myself. But so in this game, you make choices on everything, like ship management and like gameplay while you're actually playing with your character.
And you have very limited resources during the ship phase. So like there's energy that you can spend to land and use your planet scanner, and that will give you information about the actual mission. And then you have 2 command tokens?
2 command tokens, but I think we're going to get an extra command token next time.
Okay.
Because we have an upgrade that gets us a 3rd command token. And then you got to use these command tokens to activate parts of the ship. There's research, production, medicine, other things. Recruit more, like go to the barracks and recruit more people. And you got to like, everything in this game is resource. I love about it is resource management. Even your character is a resource. Because, like I said, like I want to kill off one of my guys.
Because they can only do one job per day. Whether that is being on the landing crew, whether that is doing research, whether that is going to the med bay to be a therapist.
To heal your other guys faster, but then
or to do research. But it all takes certain symbols, so that each of the dice... There's 3 colors of dice, and each dice has, like, I don't know, 4 or 6 symbols that are unique kind of to that color. And certain tasks require certain symbols. So you got to try to draft a diverse set of characters. But when you're on the away mission, you really want your guy to be good at whatever your role does. So that's like a weird balancing act.
And they have charges that they can do a special ability, which that one guy I have.
Your 2 characters that do that are so good. That's very helpful.
Yeah, where you can bypass the event.
Yeah, so when you're on world or on planet, every turn, when you end your turn, you draw an event card, and those are always bad. They're never good.
Yeah.
And they usually take your supplies down, or they move the time tracks, so you're like more likely to fail a thing. But John's got some characters that will just make him not have to. Or is it anybody even?
It's anybody. I could just negate the event.
So at very key critical points in our mission, he's able to just
because that's how we. I think that's how we beat the Titan.
Yeah.
Because I was able to negate his time tracker to doing the eradication beam.
Yeah, the eradicator beam. Yeah, let's talk about this Titan, by the way. 2 weeks ago, we finally had our first combat encounter, and it's this giant fucking alien robot. and I was just so fucking stupid. So we get on this planet, and there's like nothing to do besides dig for minerals, and which we needed to do.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the mission on the planet. The mission was to get to this spot.
And do research.
And like, my character is recon, so I'm all about mobility, sneaking around and moving. And I'm like, cool, you guys, you dig, do whatever you want to do. I'm going to go over there and see what we got to do for the day. So I just haul ass over there. I'm by myself, and then all of a sudden, you see the Titan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? It's just giant fucking alien Balrog. And then we look at the stat card, and I'm like, oh, good. It's got an ability called Eradication Beam. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. And I'm the security guy.
And yeah, John didn't want to come help me.
I was just
I was standing. My character was fucking this guy up by himself, and then eventually the B team rolls in.
I show up
and finally decides to help. And I got the killing blow though.
Yeah,
my guy slayed the Titan, and I was like, yeah, but we didn't even level up. The rewards for killing the Titan. This thing was so crazy.
one success token.
Yeah, we got one success token. You need like 8 if you want to get more dice, and you need like we needed 6 if we wanted to level our characters up.
Yeah.
So I didn't get shit, and I basically soloed this thing. I'm like, what is going on? That was so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun though. We had good time.
This game is so good. The story is insane. And again, they had voice actors read out all the logs because like usually when you play legacy games, there's story bits and they, choice dependent, kind of like a role playing game. But all the options have been read out for you by like talented voice actors.
Yeah.
With cool mood music, and it's just so good. The story is really.
If
really
you guys
good.
can pick up ISS Vanguard and find 4 people to play with, I think it's a great game.
It is absolutely a blast.
And so we'll talk about more board games. I just ordered Frostpunk. I'm excited to play that. I don't know if you guys ever played the video game. I played it for about 10 minutes. I love the atmosphere and what age the game is in, like what the state of the world is. Basically, there's been a second ice age or a third ice age or whatever. And the way that this little colony survives is there's a gigantic furnace in the middle that you have to feed to keep your people warm. But then the farther you get away from this furnace, you can freeze to death and die. But you got to send people out to collect wood, coal, and stuff to feed this thing and build your settlement. And you got to make choices because the buildings next to the furnace will be your highest, like, producing, because the further you get away from the furnace, the colder it gets.
Right.
So it's really cool. Like
it's very grimdark.
It's very grimdark. I mean, there's even send children to go work and then they freeze to death and die. Like,
whoops.
Yeah, so there's
Whoopsie.
But you're trying to keep this little colony alive in the ice age. It's really cool.
The last of humanity.
Yeah.
Gathered around one frame.
Except for the people who are chilling by the equator and just like, oh, we love the brisk days.
Even during the ice age though, was the equator cold? I don't know.
But and then I also ordered both Skyrim expansions.
Yeah,
for the
because
board
we
game.
really liked that game.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing Skyrim the video game a lot. It's so good. I'm the Dota King. Man, I did the whole thing with the Soul Cairn. Did I talk about that last time?
I think so.
I don't know, probably. That was cool, the Vampire Quest. I made my character not a vampire again, so the Dawn Guard would talk to me again.
Nice.
Isran was very upset that I was a vampire. He's like, get at it. And Chris and I looked it up at work. It is not Wesley Snipes, but the guy who's doing the voice of Isran is doing a Wesley Snipes impression from Blade.
That's awesome.
And he's like the chief vampire hunter. He's like, hey.
Yeah, I think it's probably Easter egg kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, this is Blade.
Okay.
So, yeah, movies and TV shows, this is a big segment today because we've seen some good stuff and some not so good stuff.
Yes.
First of all, let's talk about the Dad Batch because we have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
The show. They just keep releasing episodes, and some of them are good and some of them are not good.
Yeah.
And some of them are like in the middle. And the last week's episode was kind of in the middle.
Yep.
Oh no, the Empire's after Omega again.
Yep. You gotta go get Omega.
That's the way to control Tanwi.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is we've already mapped out the rest of this thing.
Yeah, we have. So,
Empire will get Omega. Bad Batch will have to go find Omega. Get themselves into some trouble that's hard to get out of, but they'll get out of it and save Omega.
Yes. That's the rest of the season.
That's the rest of the season.
However many episodes it takes, that's where it's going. That's what'll happen. And none of the characters will end any differently than they started.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think, if anything, they're changing Tech a little bit.
Yeah.
He seems to be the one out of all of them who's changing a little bit.
Yes.
Because, like, they had the Pod Racer episode, or not Pod Racing, Riot Racing.
Then they had him, like...
Where, like, he changed a little bit, I think, in that. And then his solo episode with him and Omega, kind of...
Why he's so heartless.
Yeah, like, he's like,
I'm not heartless, I'm analytical. Like, that's the way he thinks.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. They've explained Tech a little bit better. If anything, he's the one who's growing out of anybody.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that credit. They seem to have made an effort with Tech.
Yeah. And then it just all needs to end with Hunter putting a bullet in
Sid's brain.
Sid's brain.
Because, oh my gosh, every time they're like, Sid, can you help us? And she's like, now, just get me my money.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell the Empire about you.
Yeah, just kill her.
And I do not understand why they still let Sid live. They could just take over her operation and be rich and have a good life.
Yep.
But that's like the thing with Star Wars characters, right? Like, and we'll get into this when we talk about The Mandalorian. Like, maybe that's why they don't do it, is because then there's no adventure, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like there could still be adventure for the Bad Batch in doing that.
Yeah.
It's a little different scenario than the Mando scenario.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that, because Mandalorian's last, because that's the big one. The Last of Us. So,
The Last of Us.
I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I did watch the flashback episode. And it was a flashback episode.
Yeah, like all flashback episodes are. Yeah.
And I mean, so to be fair, this is the second flashback episode they've done, and the first episode, to an extent, is also kind of a flashback.
Yeah, but that's
episode.
It leads into the story of where
But the
they're.
Bill and Frank episode is a flashback episode, and that one is very good.
It's yes a flashback because it takes place, but it leads up to where Joel and Ellie were at. So yes, it was the way they did it was good. Where this last episode was just a straight flashback, like, oh, this is what happened a long time ago.
And John noticed an interesting inconsistency.
Yes, her name when they meet her in the beginning is something else, not Ellie. Ellie is her birth name that she doesn't find out until episode 1. But in this whole thing, they're calling her Ellie.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody's calling her Ellie. So mess up.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed a little weird.
But the last episode, the most recent episode, very good. You haven't seen it yet.
You can talk spoilers. It's fine.
No, it's very good.
Okay.
Progresses the story. Joel's fine. Well, Joel's better.
Yeah.
And he wakes up from his little like cat nap of getting stabbed by a broken baseball bat. But they run into people like those scavengers that Joel killed was a scavenging party of the people that they run into.
Okay.
And they're cannibals. So, great episode. Much better than the flashback episode, but whatever. Mail's coming. I didn't get those things out. We'll have to go to a mailbox.
Yes.
What else is next?
Ant-Man Quantum.
Oh yeah, we went and saw this movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was a fun movie.
It was fun. It finally feels like we have the direction.
Yes.
I don't understand why it took us this long into the phase
to find out what is happening. What's the big story arc plot of happening?
Which, I mean, it's obvious because we get the list a couple of years in advance of what the phase is when they announce the titles of the things. So you can see it from that. But actually watching the content is like, it was all very disjointed until Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So I feel like they should have done this one first.
Yeah.
I don't get why it took them so long. Or right after, like, if they would have done Ant-Man right after, like, Loki, think about that.
Yes.
That would have been really good. They wouldn't have been like, oh, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
But, like, they've built up the kind of B and C plot the whole time of them, like, setting up the Young Avengers, setting up the Thunderbolts. So now we kind of have a better idea of what's going on.
Critics hate this movie.
Well, I gotta be honest, I wasn't too crazy about it. I know you liked it.
I mean, I said it was fun.
It was fun, but the plot is almost non-existent. It's really just they just go and things just keep happening when they're in the quantum realm.
That's what I'm saying.
The whole
Like,
time. And it's a big CGI fuckfest.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like it wasn't a great movie. I said it was fun. Like you got to.
It was fun. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was as fun as the first Ant-Man movie.
No, the first Ant-Man movie was great. Second one, no.
Yeah, the second one, not so
much. They ruined MODOK. They could have had a really great MODOK, but they turned him into a joke. And put a derpy face on him.
I think they had to. Oh, and I got to show you, now that we're talking about this, I can get your reaction live on the microphone. To Shark Boy and Lava Girl, because I think it looks pretty similar to George Lopez in Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Now, MODOK, when he's got the face helmet thing on, looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he does look pretty derpy when he doesn't have it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what that
Yeah,
is.
yeah, he looks exactly like that, like George Lopez in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm rewatching the movie right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a fun movie. Like, if you don't want to spend the money to go see it,
Wait till it comes out. On
wait
Disney
till it
Plus.
comes out on Disney Plus. Like, it's
worth it to see the like last 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
Like that was good, and the whole I don't like when characters hide information from other characters
Oh,
for
yeah.
like no goddamn reason.
yeah. Oh, and she was doing it through the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
And then
Stop asking me.
she definitely had a thing with Bill Murray.
Yeah, she did. I have needs.
And the, Hank Pym didn't give a shit either, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like that was just I don't know.
Well, he thought she was dead or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so Ant-Man. What else is next?
It was pretty good. The last 20 minutes, very good.
Yeah.
It's definitely seeming like, and I saw a TikTok that brought this up. If Tony Stark was the like main character of the Infinity Saga, it seems like Scott Lang is probably the main character of.
You think so?
Yeah, of the multiverse saga.
So what I don't get
or
is
Doctor Strange.
the suit protects them. I said this during the movie.
Ant-Man's powers don't make any sense.
Yeah, because the
and
suit
neither
protects
does the
them.
quantum realm.
Suit protects them when he goes small and big. Well, he was big, and his daughter was big, and the helmets came off.
Right.
Like when their heads explode.
Something.
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, but okay. So also think about this. Once you go subatomic, you have the like pieces of an atom, right? Like protons, neutrons, electrons. What? And then they're shrinking.
Yeah, because in the first movie, he used his ability to get big to get out of the quantum realm.
Right.
So wouldn't he just like exit the quantum realm every time he was getting big?
Yeah. Like so none of that makes any actual scientific sense, which is fine.
Because it's a movie, but it's like
just the Marvel
But
movie.
in the first movie, he went big and got out of the quantum realm.
Right.
And this time, he could just get big in the quantum realm when he wants to. Like,
but not too. But you know, he's not big enough.
Yeah, he's still to scale in the quantum. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but it's fine. But overall, I like now that we know Kang is like. It seems like Kang is the big bad, but I'm not so sure he's going to stay the big bad. I still think maybe the overarching big bad is going to end up being Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I think so. What else?
Maybe it is just Kang. I don't know. We'll find out. Hello Tomorrow. This is some.
Let's talk about Severance first.
Okay.
Then go into Hello Tomorrow.
Sure. Oh my God.
He's finally watched Severance. I saw it when it came out. Then I rewatched it. It is such a great show.
Holy shit. This is probably one of the best shows I've seen all in like the past couple of years.
Yes.
Like, man.
If you have not seen Severance,
so good.
go watch it.
It is like a dystopian sci-fi thing. I definitely Ray Bradbury, like, kind of inspired.
It is directed and produced by Ben Stiller.
Yeah. And Adam Scott is like the lead. It's just so good. Okay, so now that we've got the It's So Good out of the way, definitely spoilers for this show. So it's like a thriller show. It's not really a horror, but there's some just...
It's a thrilling sci-fi dystopian show.
Right, so the whole premise of the thing, the big, like, meat and potatoes, what is the dystopian about it? There's a big corporation called Lumen, and they have developed this technology called, or this medical procedure called severance. And that is where they have basically workers who work on this. They tell them
floor.
They tell them it's sensitive information, and they work on the severed floor. So they have to undergo this procedure where their brains are split in two.
It's partition. It's basically partitioning part of your brain.
Right. So whenever you clock into work, that is one half of yourself that retains no memories or knowledge of your outside of work life. And then your outside brain has no idea what you did at work. So they call them innies and outies. The innie only ever exists at work.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're in hell.
Yeah.
All they do is work. They don't get to experience sleep. They don't get to experience alcohol. They get to experience a very limited amount of food. But, like, and then it's like also this really. Anyway, then the Audis, they just never work. They have no idea what they do at work. They're like, I just get paid.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's fucked up shit that happens. Like, Adam Scott, towards the beginning, he gets, like, punched in the. Oh, no. Yeah, when they meet Helly, she throws the fucking coffee mug in his face.
Yeah.
And then he gets a gash. And he's like, well, I guess I ran into a doorknob. That's what they told him.
Yeah.
And then they gave him a gift card. They're like, sorry, he ran into a door, so here's dinner.
Yeah.
And it's just fucked up
But
like that.
while they're down there, it's like this company has its own ulterior motives of creating like
a religion.
A religion of like their society, and their innies are being indoctrinated
Yes.
in a certain way, and like this whole thing.
John Turturro's character is real big on the religion part.
Yes.
Like, he quotes their employee handbook
like
as
it's
though
the Bible.
It is scripture. And then they have like these basically like Da Vinci-esque paintings of like their founder of Kier.
Yeah, the town that they live in is called Kier. Like, everything is revolved around this company and his family.
Yeah, and even Adam Scott, his character lives in like Lumen subsidized housing.
Yeah. And like, so the whole thing is there's a big debate going on the outside world, like if severance is
a ethical procedure or not.
But I think it's the company has darker, deep things. Like, if we can get everybody to severed,
right,
we can control the world. Yeah. So it's very good. We don't want to spoil too much of it because we want you to be able to go see it.
Right.
But
yeah, we won't get into like, because there are some big twists at the end.
Yes.
That are like, whoa, the whole time this was a thing.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's a very good. Now let's go into Hello Tomorrow, because to me, watching Severance and then watching Hello Tomorrow is two different things, but it has that feel, like, to me, it has that feeling because he is lying.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So Hello Tomorrow is a show about basically the picturesque 1950s ideal of what the future is.
Yeah. If we would have done the moon stuff and robots have, like, everything is in that,
and
like,
in that style.
Like, it's like Fallout. The microprocessor has never been invented.
Right.
So everything is bulky, big, large, transistors, resistors, stuff like that. And that's how they thought the future would be like. Floating flying cars, going to the moon, serving droids, like making your life easier, kind of a thing. And this guy, the main character, is a salesman. And you think he works for this company that sells timeshares or houses on the moon. And you're like, okay, so it's going to be like a sales, like the life of this salesman. Well, spoiler alert, it tells you right in the first episode, he's a gigantic scam artist. Huge scam artist.
He's developed all of this promotional material. He's tricked all his employees that they're a part of this company, and there's a Mr. Jenkins, and Mr. Jenkins is a fucking turtle.
Is a turtle.
And then he has, like, man, in the very first scene, he's like, this guy's down on his luck, he's at a bar with him, and then he just pulls the fucking sales maneuver of a lifetime, and he hands him a little rock that he's like, it's a moon rock, it came from a bear. And then at the end of the episode, you see they're fucking little pebbles from the turtle tank.
Yeah.
You are not going to the moon. So people in this version of Earth really do live on the moon, but they're like the ultra rich.
Super rich. But he's selling the dream that you don't have to be this uber rich to afford places on the moon.
Right, and they go from town to town selling these houses, and
then
they get the fuck out.
And they get the fuck out, and then they send them letters saying, oh, there was a delay in the rocket. You know, like, would you like a refund? And, like, maybe a percentage gets a refund, but he's just stacking this money.
Right.
So there is a timer on his shtick.
Right.
Before he gets caught. And, like, one of his employees, like, put an ad on the big screen at this baseball game, and he starts hyperventilating because he's like, oh, shit.
And then they sell a bunch.
But he then the next episode he's like,
we gotta get the fuck out.
gotta get out. Don't do this anymore.
We gotta go.
Like,
Gotta go.
Yeah. But all of his employees are like, this was successful. We should do this in every town. He's like, no, because I'm going to get caught.
He's like, no, you don't understand. And they don't know.
They don't know.
His employees don't know. And it's so crazy. And then and there's another, like, real dark, it's very 50s. He's got, like, a family that he left.
Yeah.
Like, so he had a son and a wife, and then he left them. And then now he's this, fucking scam artist.
Yeah. And he hires his son.
But his son has never met him.
Never met him, doesn't know, his son doesn't know that his dad, and he's like, yeah, he's trying to spend time with his son. But
and that's why he wants to turn him into this salesman. He's like, oh, I know, like, I'll make up for the lost time, but I'm not going to tell him I'm his dad.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up and dark.
Yeah, it's a good show. Give it a watch. And then...
So I'm surprised at the Apple TV. I'll be honest. Those are two pretty good starts.
Yeah, they actually have other things that are really good, like the Tom Hanks... World War II movie that's on there. We'll have to give it.
Saving Private Ryan?
No, this one's where he's a captain of a destroyer.
Okay.
And there's a section of the Atlantic Ocean. So you know how during World War II, like we would get all our supplies from the ocean, like from U.S. shipped on stuff.
You mean the Pacific?
The Pacific? No, the Atlantic. Going to Germany.
Okay, yeah. So for the Western Front.
So there was a patch of ocean that's like, I don't know how, it takes several days to pass through. That's where Allied air cover from the United States could protect, and the Allied air cover from Europe can protect. But there was a dead zone. That's where all the
combat
U-boats would hunt.
Yeah, okay.
So they would task these like 100 ship convoys with like 3 destroyers to protect the convoy.
Right.
And it's like they get into like no man's land of all these U-boats, and they're like taunting them, like they're getting on the radio and like, you're gonna die, we're gonna kill you, and he like outsmarts all this stuff. It's very good. We'll have to watch it because I love it. And it has Tom Hanks, and he's like a weird kind of socially awkward captain.
Tom Hanks is like, more recent stuff has all been super different and neat. He's such a good character actor.
Yeah, he has range.
Yes.
You know who doesn't have range? The Rock. But other than that, let's get into The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian is back! And we were talking about adventure earlier with the Bad Batch and how they could maybe just do this and kind of settle down. Mando is once again presented with the opportunity to just stay on Navarro with Carl Weathers.
Yeah, you could be Land Gentry.
And he has cape droids.
Yeah, it does have cape droids to hold his cape around. I thought it was a...
And then there are like these pirates that show up, and he's like, I'm not that Grief Karga anymore. I'm going to have Mando...
I'm High Magistrate
Grief Karga. High Magistrate Grief Karga. Yeah, no, it's so cool. And it's neat that, like... I don't know, it's just so cool. And then, man, the best shot is the N1 Starfighter with the fucking Purrgil.
Yeah.
Like live action Purrgil for the first time. You don't get to see the Purrgil because they're out of the hyperspace lane, kind of.
They're in their own hyperspace lane.
Right. Yeah, because they are a hyperspace lane, basically.
Yeah. It was a good episode. Like.
And then we got to see Cranky
Bo-Katan. And then Jon Favreau actually released that it's been years. So Grogu was with Luke Skywalker for 2 years.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the timeline. So from the first season to now, it's like been 6 years.
Wow.
So like, which makes sense because when traveling through hyperspace, like Star Wars makes it look like it's instant.
Right.
It's not.
It takes a lot of time. We learned that when we played the role-playing game.
Yeah. It takes a long time to get from one side of the universe to the other, even going at hyperspeed. So, and it kind of shows that a little bit because the Mando's sleeping.
Yes.
While going through hyperspace, where like all the other movies, it's like, let's go to hyperspace, and we're there. Yeah.
Where they are long journeys. Yeah, from one end of the galaxy can take like a month.
Yeah. So so time has passed, and Bo-Katan's like, you saw the Darksaber? Yeah, we'll wave it around, and they'll listen to you.
And then she keeps like egging him on about, and I guess this is a big thing too, is everybody that, like every character Mando runs into that is not a part of the Children of the Watch, are like trying to convince him to leave. Basically, like if you knew somebody that was in a cult,
You would try to
like
convince them to
yeah,
leave.
like you're like, hey man, you don't gotta be doing all this.
You can take your helmet off.
Right? Yeah, like that's fine, and we don't think you're an apostate, buddy.
Yeah, like we're real Mandalorians from Mandalore. You are just a foundling that is now been inducted into this cult.
Right. And fucking the armor is still on about like you can go to the waters of Mandalore and bathe, and you can
redeem yourself. It's a good.
So even though he has the Darksaber, they don't give a flying fuck.
They don't care at all. Yeah, I don't know.
Even though he's the only reason they didn't get eaten by the giant crocodile.
Yeah, yeah.
He just shows up and is like,
yeah. They didn't even thank him.
Nope. They basically shunned him.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah,
but it was a good episode. It was a short episode. I wish it would have been longer.
Well, this whole season's short, right? It's 8 episodes, and then we're fucking done.
Yeah, yeah.
And it comes out again tomorrow or tonight at 3 a.m.
Yes. But yeah, it was good.
And so it was neat because we're going to. I'm trying to remember exactly where they ended. Did they end with Bo-Katan?
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is like he picked up some side quests on the way.
He does.
He has to go. He tries to bring back IG-88, and he goes Terminator on him, and it kind of shows how unstoppable those IG units are.
Yeah.
And
we got to see Babu Freak people.
Yeah, and so like they're like, get a new memory unit. We can fix them, and
so he's gonna try that
because he wants to take that droid with him to Mandalore. So, but then he goes to Bo-Katan. It's like, I'm here to join you. Like maybe the robot thing didn't work out, so he's like, I'll just join you guys to go back to Mandalore. So now I don't know if he's going to go.
Bo-Katan is not at all interested in hanging out with Din Djarin.
Yeah, and so now it's like, is he going to like the
and
next?
Where are her buddies? Because she had a few Mandalorians.
They all left. She said they all left. When I didn't bring back the Darksaber, my forces withered away, and now they're playing mercenaries through the galaxy.
Right. So the not Sabine lady from the
yeah, like her closest ones are gone. Yeah, they probably just all lost
Sasha
faith.
Banks
probably lost all faith in her. It's like, bitch,
well, and that was so interesting too. Like, I don't know. Yeah, the whole Darksaber thing is kind of wild. That's neat. That like, it seems like such a simple relic when we see it on screen, but like the Mandalorian is really getting into like, I feel like almost maybe the curse of the Darksaber, sort of, like. And then that's evident in Bo-Katan's story that she did not win it in combat and she got fucked.
Yeah, well, she didn't win it in combat in the first time.
Right.
Sabine handed it to her.
Yes, Sabine was like, "Here you go."
Yeah. So I don't know. It's
and
whatever.
then Mandalore died. So I'm excited. Very excited to see where it goes this season. And you know what? I think that's a wrap for today.
That's a wrap. Please, thank you for listening. If you made it all the way to the end, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. For all you guys watching on YouTube or will watch this later, thank you for watching the thing and getting to see our mess up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias, or if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, hit that follow button or that button that downloads the episodes automatically, or whatever, how that works, how podcasts work. And thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
And as always, bye-bye!
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yes, thanks, YouTube.
If I figure out how to shut it off.
Nope. One technical glitch after another with the YouTubes today.
Nope.
Oh.